There's nothing in El Paso County that we don't touch, and we serve both internal and external customers, and that's what's important about our department. We go from road maintenance to heavy and light vehicle equipment repair and maintenance to county engineering. We also do American Disability Act compliance inspections, safety inspections throughout the entire county. We manage facilities not only for El Paso County, but all the buildings within the city. We also have a security team that we manage security within El Paso County. And we have the Office of Emergency Management, which is just not only the Office of Emergency Management, but we also provide hazardous material response within the county. Department of Transportation, these are the folks that go out and maintain your gravel roads, maintain your paved roads. They have a very large mission. There are about 150 folks, and they're out there every single day. And during the wintertime, when they're not working on roads, they're out there plowing snow. So these folks are very universal, and they're very hard-working folks to take care of those roads. It's a tough thing to do.
The Highway Division is made up of 136 full-time employees. We are broken down into 7 distinct functions or areas. We do all kinds of work, ranging from mowing to striping. Anything you see on county roads, we are responsible for maintaining. We maintain over 4,000 lane miles of roads. It's divided probably pretty close to equally between gravel and pavement. We also have drainage crews that work ditches, drains, ponds throughout the county. They also take care of a lot of the bridges and guardrails. One of the things we did last year was establish a bridge deck crew. We've got about 55 steel structured bridges with a steel bridge deck. Over the years, they're in need of repairs, so last year we did it in-house. We replaced 5 bridge decks with that crew. It was very successful and saved money. Another area we have is the truck string. It's mainly the tandem dump trucks that you see running around the county. They do a lot of hauling materials. They haul water, haul equipment, and they're used extensively during the graveling program. We also have a paving crew, and it's mostly pavement maintenance, pothole filling, crack sealing. The engineering section contracts out the major paving projects. So our asphalt crew mainly takes care of the maintenance throughout the county. It's probably one of the largest customer service areas that we get calls on throughout the year. I would like to just tell all the citizens of El Paso County, when you do come upon or approach a work zone, slow down, be patient, courteous, and respect all the workers out on the streets, whether they're state, county, or city employees.
County engineering manages over 2,200 line miles of road. Now, if you put that in perspective, that goes from here to San Francisco and halfway back, and we're gaining roads every single year as development occurs out east and southern part of El Paso County.
A lot of what we do in the engineering division is to make sure that a lot of our public improvements are designed and constructed in accordance with sound engineering principles and practices. And that includes capital projects, which could be funded through federal dollars or through PPRTA funds, Pikes Peak Rural Transportation Funds. And it also includes making sure that when we're doing maintenance projects, that our county crews are complying with engineering standards, policies, and practices. Some of the other things that we do include coordinating with all of the other local jurisdictions. Roads and stormwater, they don't really know jurisdictional boundaries. So part of what we do is we coordinate with other entities such as Colorado Department of Transportation, other municipalities such as the City of Colorado Springs and the City of Fountain, Town of Monument. Those are good examples. But we also coordinate with other neighboring counties, for example, Douglas County and Elbert County. A lot of what I do also involves coordinating with the Planning and Community Development Department because I also oversee and approve all the construction plans that are implemented within the county from the development community. Also, we issue permits to work in the right-of-way. And primarily we do that to make sure that we're tracking the work that's done in the right-of-way by private utility companies or private development, and to make sure that we ensure the health, safety, and welfare of the public. We're inspecting roads and bridges on a yearly basis to make sure that those improvements are being installed in compliance with our engineering criteria standards. Another important thing that we do is we're coordinating with our highway division, who does the maintenance on our public infrastructure on a daily basis. We're coordinating with them to determine what major maintenance projects to do for each year. And that includes the overlay, chip seal, crack seal. We're coordinating with them on a daily basis because we're very tied into what the decisions that engineering and highway makes together really impacts what improvements the citizens are seeing on a daily basis. I think one of the most important services county engineering provides to our citizens of El Paso County is to preserve the health, safety, and welfare of our citizens as they're using public infrastructure throughout the county.
Light and heavy equipment vehicle maintenance. These are the folks that maintain the vehicles that are used out there to maintain the roads in El Paso County, as well as the day-to-day use of other admin staff throughout the county, and that's the light vehicle portion of it.
Within fleet management, we maintain all of the assets with preventive maintenance and unscheduled maintenance is our primary job. As the assets get scheduled for service, we try and create the preventive maintenance and get the preventive maintenance done in a timely manner so it reduces the amount of unscheduled maintenance. Also here at the main shop at Acres, we have the welding and fabrication shop. This shop gets a great deal of work, especially through the winter months when the snow removal starts, and with the plows. We have a lot of fabrication repair on the plows themselves. These roads can be very hard on this equipment with the vibration, especially when there's light snow. Light snow is the worst thing that can happen to us because there's really no buffer between that plow and the road. We do have our own paint body shop with a paint booth as well, and we try and keep costs down by taking care of all that small maintenance and small body repairs and painting in-house, other than going out and get estimates and having an outside shop do it. That tends to run up the cost a little higher. Our primary goal at the Fleet Management Department is to provide safe, efficient vehicles so that all the crews out there, when they're out there on their job and accomplishing the mission, can get out there safely and get home safely and keep the public safe while they're doing their job.
The Office of Emergency Management is all-encompassing. It covers all the county.
And that includes Manitou, Fountain, Monument, the town of Peyton, the town of Calhan, Ramo.
OEM is guided by both federal and state regulations. So we have to deal with the federal regulations as well as the state regulations or requirements. And we also have to understand what our community needs. So it's threefold. And what OEM offers is protection and education and support.
Live 16. It's a TA with injuries at the Da Vinci Academy.
We like to say we're leading the charge with preparing the community right now. With Office of Emergency Management just coming over in January of this year.
The office was moved from the sheriff's office over to the administrative side of the county.
We got a fresh team, ready with a breadth of experience, getting ready to get El Paso County, the residents of El Paso County, better prepared in the event of emergency.
Control, this is Command, go.
The folks that are actually working at the planners are working towards a certain goal, whether it's certification, whether it's preparing for winter, whether it's preparing for summer or spring.
Something that we accomplished, that we finished up in September, is the hazard mitigation plan. There are multiple risks due to natural and man-made disasters. Those risks need to be mitigated, and that's what this plan does, is create a path towards mitigating those hazards and making a safer community. The recent flooding was this office's responsibility primarily. We brought in the finance group from the county, we brought in FEMA, we brought in the state entities We identified what the damages were. The damages included road damage, park damage. It took out some private property. Then we began the finance process of submitting that for FEMA approval and for FEMA reimbursement. And that's where we are right now.
We have kind of a unique situation in our Office of Emergency Management because our office has a response component to it. We're responsible for hazmat responses in the unincorporated area of El Paso County. We have 2 hazmat trainer coordinators that coordinate a group of volunteers, and some of those are volunteer firefighters, some of them are deputy sheriff's officers that we train and equip to respond on these hazmat responses.
The 4th Friday of every month, all of our team members get together and we'll do training. We did building searches, communication, incident command, and product identification for a meth lab, and that was all encompassed in an 8-hour day. A lot of stuff happening in the community right now with the crude by rail, the rail going up and down the rail system here. So we are training our team members in case of a spill, from tankers rolling over on the highway to a response at a facility.
We're really heavily involved in the biggest projects, our recovery, from still the Waldo Canyon fire and the Black Forest fire, and now the flooding that happened this year.
Almost all of our projects involve protecting some kind of public infrastructure, whether it's a road, a right-of-way. They restored the off-ramp from Highway 24 into Manitou. A year and a half ago, that washed out completely, and they had it replaced.
One of the things that the Office of Emergency Management does is help coordinate the provision of sandbags in communities that need sandbags when there's a flooding issue.
Emergency management is multidisciplinary, and by disciplines I mean first responders, fire, police, hazardous materials response. It takes finance, it takes resource management and supplies. It brings it all together. The results of all that need to be a safer, more resilient community where people are more prepared to meet the challenges that occur during a disaster or an emergency.
The preparedness part of the Office of Emergency Management includes getting the community, residents, neighborhoods, organizations, officials, other agencies prepared for an emergency.
There's many venues. Obviously, the Board of County Commissioners meeting is one because that's a public venue. We use radio, television, newspaper. Whatever's out there is what we use as a venue to get out and reach everybody. You know, we also do community meetings. We actually go to the community and meet with those folks.
And one of the things we do is the CERT program, which is Community Emergency Response Team Training, which is an in-depth training program that teaches disaster first aid to communications in a disaster, many different topics to help people get ready to know how to respond in a disaster. We take requests from people for what kinds of presentations they'd like, what sort of topics they'd like to focus on, and we'll be happy to provide a presentation on that if they'd like. The schedule and the description of the classes is posted at epccert.org.
This couldn't happen without the staff that work within OEM. We plan to protect the citizens of this county, and we're going to do it.
I just want the whole community to remember that they need to make a plan now, get their emergency supplies in place, and be informed of their local risks. Those 3 steps will get you much better prepared for an emergency.
County Security. County Security is responsible for all the facilities within El Paso County. And you know, we live in a different world today. So County Security has really beefed up its training, beefed up its staff to ensure that not only county staff are safe, but those who visit and use our facilities daily.
We are responsible for the monitoring and access for all of the county buildings within El Paso County, to include the parking structures. We provide direct security access through at Judicial, whereby we provide a screening for people coming into Judicial for court-related business. Requires individuals come through to empty all of their pockets, run it through a x-ray machine, and subsequently walk through a magnetometer, much like you would see at the airport. We monitor through video camera all of the public access county buildings, DMVs, the Department of Health, Department of Human Services, up at CSC. We provide parking access through to all employees through a card access system, or the public, such as the case in the Castilla Garage, where jurors can come in and park and then are charged a minimal fee when they leave, which is collected by our access control officers under our parking section. In the garages that we monitor within El Paso County. We have several thousand cars that come through on a probably a monthly basis. All of the garages are covered by camera, and then we have access control and armed officers that do circulate through those parking structures to ensure that the parking rules are being complied with and that we don't have people leaving their cars overnight kind of thing.
Facilities. We manage over 6 million square feet of facilities combined with the city and county. And they do a phenomenal job of keeping our facilities safe, clean, friendly, and usable. And that's a big deal because that's not just for external customers, but it's also for our internal customers.
Facilities management is basically a service organization that maintains all of the vertical infrastructure for the county, meaning all of the buildings and surrounding areas. Basically what we do is we provide space for all of the El Paso County employees to do their business in. And it's our job to heat, cool, and maintain the properties. El Paso County has 144 buildings, approximately 3 million square feet, and Facilities Management also is contracted with City of Colorado Springs to maintain their buildings, totaling 132 city buildings at about 1.5 million square feet. Our customers are the El Paso County employees, but our main focus is making sure that their customers, the general public, taxpayers of El Paso County, is what everybody in the county is looking after.
I'm very proud of the men and women of the Department of Public Works. They provide a service that a lot of people just don't see. These are the silent heroes, the heroes that you don't see day in and day out, the ones taking care of your roads, the ones taking care of your facilities, the ones that are ensuring your places are safe to work, both through security and through safety inspections, and the ADA compliance as well. This is a large group of folks, over 300 employees, that make sure your experience and your life and the way you work within El Paso County is the best that we can make it.